This is a 100 million project, and apparently a couple of the stores recently have been like broken into a couple of times. Everyone got paid from this project. Like the architect got paid, the developer got paid. It's all good? Dan, no, you're fine, no worries, good. Do you know some of our followers reported that when they've come out that people have tried to rob them?
Really?
Yeah. This is a good representation of what Hackney Walk looks like right now. So much that could be done, and it's just been sitting here for years. I just don't get it. Bro, this area, man, I don't know what's happened to this Hackney Walk, man.
It's changed too much, isn't it, man? What's going on, Hox, man? Talk to them.
Bro, the outlet is just, the whole area is just gone. It's just finished. And it's really sad. I mean, look at it, look. There's even a guy taking a piss over there, look. It's just really sad. So all these units here, like when I first found this outlet back in 2016, I don't know if you remember that video, it's called I Found It, Stone Island outlet, and I came down, but all these units were all full up. They had like Matches Fashion, there was Args, Joseph, but now it's just all gone to pot, man.
I would say that Hackney Walk was 100% a lot of people's introduction to the channel, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously with the Stone Island, when the Stone Island outlet opened up, that was what blew up the channel, because so many people, even yourself, you even told me that you found
100%.
the channel from Stone Island outlet. So this area has been a massive, part of the channel, to be honest with you. Like, look at this, just sitting here, like, what is this? So this outlet here, this one was Matches Fashion, which has now been bought by Fraser Group.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But here they had like Moncler, Tom Brown, all the big designers were here. And even when I saw this one, I thought this one is quite high end. Like, at least the rest of them, you had like Nike outlet, you had Args, you had Joseph, which wasn't too bad, Jeeves and Hawk. But the Matches Fashion one, I thought, do you know what? They had like Valentino and stuff. And I did think it was quite expensive, but I thought, you know, maybe it will work. I thought this would work. And you see this building here? You see this building here? This building was meant to be, see where it says artistic space? This was meant to be like some type of place where the students can come and do courses, because I read up all about it. When it first came out, there was all this information. So people that wanted to get into sewing, people that wanted to get into like learning how to build a brand or how to start their own brand, there was meant to be a whole bunch of workshops in this point. And I was excited for that to open, and that was meant to be for the local community, but it never opened up. So this is literally built, and it never ever opened up. It's never seen the light of day. Like no one's ever been in there, like from the general public, and it's just mad that they'll spend all that money and then nothing became of it in the end. So that was a sad promise, man.
So how long have they been closed down for, Matches Fashion now?
So Matches Fashion, I think they left in probably 2018.
That's a long time, man.
Yeah.
So what is the history of Hackney Walk, the area itself? What was here prior to these units and stuff?
So apparently this was all garages back in the day.
Really? And
I didn't really know about it then, but I was watching some documentaries and they were saying that there was all these garages here which were somewhat successful in what they were doing. You remember the riots in 2011?
Yeah.
So obviously that was a big thing in London. So what happened was, at the time, Boris, your guy,
Don't say
not really
that,
your
bro.
guy, but Boris, he pledged 70 million.
Right.
He pledged a 70 million regeneration fund to go towards the worst affected areas of the riot. So that included like Croydon, Haringey, obviously where the riots kind of started, and then Hackney. With the money, Hackney decided that they wanted to have like a retail destination which people could come to. This is the Burberry outlet. Now this was here from, I think, the early 90s.
Wow.
So when Boris Johnson announced that he was going to give 70 million to all these affected boroughs, part of that money was going to come to Hackney, and each of those boroughs could decide what to do with the money. Hackney decided, because of the Burberry outlet, and over on the other side you had Aqua Scutum, which is now closed down.
So Aqua Scutum would have been over there, right?
Right, so Aqua Scutum is just over on that side. What happens is you get quite a lot of Chinese and Asian tourists come down, and sometimes they even come down and they drop them off in a coach just to go to the Burberry outlet.
I've seen that.
And then go back. So I think they thought, you know what, this could be like a retail place, which is why they built the retail park on the other side. So that's when that started. So that's all right. So The funding was released in 2011, and then 2012 is when they started building all of that Hackney Walk and the outlet, and it completed in 2015, and then the first launch was in 2016.
I want to ask you, Hox, bro, yeah, when's the first time that you ever went to this Burberry outlet?
This one here?
Yeah.
Oh man, it must have been like maybe late 90s or something.
Really?
Yeah.
And back then, yeah, you see the price range of items. How was it? Was it like back then, yeah, was you able to get like a proper bargain, or was it always been?
Back then, you'd be able to get a good bargain, but like now, it's like expensive. Like back then, you could get a good bargain, but now, I don't think it's a bargain personally.
I guess it's safe to say that probably Burberry's the last man standing in this area, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like, I think they thought maybe because of the success of Burberry that the rest will be successful as well.
Right.
So over there on the other side, you've got Aquascutum.
Right.
So that was quite popular as well, but then I think Aquascutum, they went into liquidation, so that just closed down.
It's very unfortunate, man.
It is, and it turned into like an outlet after that where they sold all this kind of budget stuff, but you can see it's closed down now as well.
I'm sure that you done a video on Aquascutum back when it was closing down, right?
Yeah, I did the video.
With like a 75% off.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
That's right.
So did Aquascutum literally close down completely as like a whole brand?
So the brand actually just went into liquidation.
Right.
So that all their stores, and that was like a proper old school brand as well, like lots of heritage, original English brand, but yeah, it didn't keep up with the times, man.
Is it safe to say that Aquascutum was like the counterpart to like a Burberry?
I was just going to say that. It was like a Burberry. Because Burberry back in the day wasn't a luxury brand, and a lot of people don't seem to forget this. Burberry wasn't a luxury brand back in the day. But they managed to change and turn their brand around, whereas Aquascutum were kind of like just left in the dirt, in the dust really. So you see this building here?
Yeah.
This used to be Pringle. You know about Pringle?
No, I'm just thinking of the crisps.
So Pringle's like a Scottish brand.
Right.
But they're well known for like cashmere, like luxury cashmere sweaters and all that stuff. So this was their kind of retail store before, but then they went as well. They've gone, and now you've got this new, I don't even know what this is, Gabba furniture place. So that went as well, which is a shame because my mum used to love Pringle.
Oh really?
Yeah, we always used to get our sweaters from there. But all along here is where all the arches are, and this is all owned by Network Rail. So this is a 100 million project. So
it don't look like it, does it?
I mean, no, it doesn't actually. When you say it, but when you think about the amount of work that's gone into it, then yeah, it makes sense. They basically had to gut all the arches underneath there. Then they resurrected these buildings over there. So that building over there, that's Nike, and look how big the Nike building is. That's like 3 floors, and then that's the building I told you about over there that it wasn't even open up. I mean, look how big that building is. It's massive. 1.5 million was donated by Hackney Council to go towards this project, and the developer put in the rest of the money, but also National Rail put in 3.7 million to go towards all of this project here. And it was meant to be supporting support the local community, offer job, offer courses, and just other opportunities, but it just never arose, man. It just never arose. I just feel like everyone got paid from this project. Like the architect got paid, the developer got paid. Like everyone just got paid except for people in the local community, and now it's just kind of left, and it's just a bit of an eyesore, man. So it's just really sad, to be honest.
I just feel like that is so frustrating. To build all this stuff, put in all this money, but then there's nothing to show for it. And in hindsight, it's not even like that long. Like if you think about it, it is just about almost been 10 years, if that. So
yeah. This is a good representation of what Hackney Walk looks like right now. Look, here you can see reminiscence of the old stores. Look, Matches Fashion, Joseph, Jeeves and Hawk, Present. It's mad. And can you see these, can you see the shutters? Yeah. You can see the shutters. Those were imported from Germany apparently. And it just goes to show the amount of money that they spent. They had to get a German, contractor to come in from Germany, ship it all over, and install everything. And don't get me wrong, it looks great, but can you see the silver little thing that kind of bolts across?
Yeah.
That's to keep it up. That's to keep it held up. Otherwise, it will fall down because they're broken. Can you see all the graffiti and how all the windows have been smashed up?
Yeah.
It's bad, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
Like, this place, there's been so much vandalism here now, and apparently a couple of the stores recently have been like broken into a couple of times, have been robbed. Like, it doesn't attract a good vibe to the area at all, man.
I think it's so crazy as well, yeah, because usually you see stuff like this from like our old sort of derelict building that's getting knocked down. You wouldn't expect it.
Not on the high road like
from
this.
Something that was made in the 2010s, you know?
For real.
It's mental. Now, I must say, me personally,
Yeah.
I feel like this is the one that shocked me the most. With the whole Nike outlet closing down. Because you know, like how these expensive brands, I understand not everyone can afford these brands.
Yeah.
I would say that the Nike outlet shocked me the most because where with these high-end brands, I understand not everyone's going to be into that, but also not everyone can afford those items. But as well as like Nike is a universal brand that 99% of people have a product from Nike. So I always feel as if Nike is almost like a McDonald's. You know, it's like a brand where you can just put
McDonald's
it anywhere.
getting expensive now, you know.
No, it is, but it's almost like a brand, that you can put anywhere, and it's gonna do good. Because it did seem fairly busy, and I did see some decent offers in there. Yeah. So it's not like it was like Night Town, you know, with the crazy prices.
Yeah. I think what happened was when one by one these retailers in the unit started leaving, then they weren't paying the rent. So the developer, they slowly started losing money. So eventually they went into liquidation. Yeah. So I think Nike just thought this place is just running to the ground and it's not going to look good. We're still here, but then the rest of this place is looking like this. So I just think they just thought, you know what, just scrap it, man.
I get you.
And also, the product selection wasn't great in there. Nike
outlet was like a lucky dip almost, didn't it? Where
it was.
Sometimes you will go in there and then find like a hidden jewel, but then on the odd, like on the average day, it weren't the best. Nah. I know what you mean.
Do you know about Jeeves and Hawks?
No, bro. Talk to me, man.
They're like, they do suits.
Right.
And they were originally from Savile Row.
Okay.
But they're owned by Fraser Group now.
Who is Fraser Group for the people that don't know?
Fraser Group is your guy, innit?
Who's my guy?
Mike Ashley, Sports Direct.
Nah, he's a pagan, man.
I love it, man. I don't know how popular this Jeeves and Hawks is ever going to be.
It's looking a lot like Savile Row right now, isn't it?
I mean, the annoying thing is that this is really good retail space. Like, if you look on the inside, like, look at it. Really, really good retail space, man. They could be letting this out to people in the community. Like, there's so much that could be done. And it's just been sitting there for years. I just don't get it.
So, Hox, man, why don't you think that, no brands have stepped up and tried to claim these spots?
There's something going on with the administrators. There's something going on. I'm not quite sure what it is.
Right.
I just don't know why it's been so long since something's been sorted out. I don't know.
I don't understand why it's not had almost like a box park stance in the sense of, you see when you've got a shop in box park and it shuts down but then another brand fills the shoe. Why haven't they done that here? That's what I can't wrap my head around.
So basically, look, check it out. The developer who managed this and managed all the retail units, they went bust. Yeah. So they're gone. So someone has to come in and kind of manage that, but they don't own it. Okay. They just kind of manage the assets and manage things.
I get you.
So essentially, there's no one to promote and maintain and do all the work that's needed to make sure that guys can come in here and run their businesses.
No, it makes sense.
So that's why no one can. It's like if I wanted a spot here, who do I go to? And even if I get a spot, how do I sort out all the electrics? How do I sort out everything to do with the shop? Like, there's no one to sort that out. So I think that's basically what's happened here. This used to be Uggs. I actually got quite a few bits from there. I actually like this little bit.
How long would you say that Ugg has been closed for? Because I swear they've been gone for a minute, innit?
A lot of these retailers didn't last more than 2 years.
Wow.
In 2 years. By 2019, they said there was only 4 outlets left. So it was Nike, I think maybe Matches Fashion, Present, which is Stone Island, and maybe another one, and that was it. All the rest of the guys had closed, and by 2020, everyone had gone, and it was just Stone Island. And someone made a good point that because Stone Island's got that type of brand, you were getting people that were coming from all across the country just to come down to London, to come here, just to go to this outlet over here, just to go to the Stone Island outlet. Whereas the other brands didn't have the same type of pull. I mean, look, this is so, that's so ironic, that, isn't it? Exciting new brand coming soon, and nothing's come soon.
That soon ain't coming anytime soon.
That soon ain't never gonna come. So look, can you see that bit up there? Look, can you see that metal bit holding the up there?
Yeah.
That's holding it. That's stopping it from falling down.
Wow. And that goes back to what you were saying about the thing done in Germany, isn't it?
Yeah. So obviously now this is the Stone Island outlet now, which I call CP Company outlet. But look what's happened to the outlet here. I mean, it's still open, but you won't find much Stone Island in there.
Definitely ain't gonna find a Quantum Pertex in there.
Nah, mate, you're not. And it's sad, man. It's sad.
Because, bro, I can imagine that. Obviously, this one probably cut deep on your end because of you've probably got a ton of memories here, because obviously you've got a lot of history here. You built a foundation here, so it must be such a 360 spin to once come here and just see so much going on to now it's just looking like a cemetery.
Bro, it's looking worse than a cemetery, man. 100%. I mean, the Stone Island outlet and Hackney Walk in itself just put the channel on the map. Like, the amount of followers that I bump into and they say, oh, I found your channel because of that Stone Island outlet video you did back in 2016.
I can vouch for that as well, because I'm one of those people, 100%.
Bro, I can't even tell you the amount. I've met people, like, when I go all, like, Midlands, and I've been to Ireland, and I've even been to bloody Germany, mate. And people have been like, yeah, I've been to Stone Island outlet because of you, yeah? Because of your videos, yeah? Yeah.
I used to watch your channel back in the days when I was younger.
Yeah,
like, bro, even the people that sometimes you come across and they say how, like, they kind of grew with the channel, if that makes sense. So back in the days when I was younger, they used to watch it, and now they're grown and they still have that attachment to those videos, you know?
100%. I remember when I used to come here to the Stone Island outlet, and the amount of crazy grails that I would find, like one-off pieces, like, it was so cool back then, man. But now, you're not gonna get that now, though. It's a shame. So yeah, the amount of, like, rubbish that's just been collected around here, and yeah, the area's got a lot of bad attention, man. So apparently it can get quite rough around here, and even when it all closed down, and it was just the Stone Island outlet, yeah. Do you know some of our followers reported that when they've come out, that people have tried to rob them?
Really?
Yeah.
What, in like recent times? Or?
Yeah, well, maybe like, I don't know if it's a year or... Bro, I remember when this used to be queues coming down here, like on Boxing Day or something, when they used to do sales at the Stone Island outlet, or even here. Sometimes they used to do like random drops in this Nike, or random sales, maybe not drops but sales, and there used to be queues all the way down here just to get into Nike. Like, back in the day it was quite bumping here, you know. I don't know, I just feel like this could have worked out. But you know, I made a post on Instagram.
Go on.
You know, it got like about 140,000 views.
Really? Bare
comment. And the majority of people were like, Hackney's poor, they shouldn't have put it here, which I get, but what people don't seem to realise is Hackney is a 50-50 borough.
Yeah. It's
a 50-50 borough, don't get it twisted. There's some ridiculously expensive properties to buy and rent in Hackney, like ridiculous. Like all 2.5, 3 grand a month plus.
I think it's one of those things where some people are probably still latched on to the old reputation 100%. That this area's got.
Yeah, 100%. And don't get me wrong, Hackney's got some of the poorest parts of the UK is in Hackney. So it really is a 50-50 city. It's a funny city like that. Look at all the rubbish. If they're just here, but then there's all rubbish and graffiti, it just don't look good on their brand. So they're like, look, they don't need to be here. I mean, there's quite a few like outlets, so they just thought let's bounce, man. They just thought let's bounce.
It is really upsetting to see something that was supposed to be promising and like add light to the area just be tarnished like this. And like you said, bro, this place wasn't given a fair chance at all. I don't think so.
You don't think it was given a fair chance?
No, not at all, bro, because it's like, These places, it's not like these places closed down last week. It's been a lot of years now.
Nah, for real. I think what wasn't considered is the choice of mix of brands. I mean, Jeeves and Hawks. I think the problem with the area is the mix of the brand mix. We've got Jeeves and Hawks, which is, don't get me wrong, is a popular brand, but I don't know how popular it is with locals. And then you got Joseph, which I like, but it's not really that well known like that to certain people, I guess. I think the point is now is they need to fill this up with shops, other like coffee shops, places to eat, something for the community, man. Even I thought, even if they did like pop-up shops for like kids that wanted to start their own brand or something.
So like a box park?
Yeah, like a box park.
But bro, I have to disagree with the coffee shops, because coffee shops is part of what is killing London.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, because I feel like new builds and coffee shops is just taking away the culture of the area.
Oh, people love a good coffee shop, you know.
I know, but I don't want to spend £185 on a croissant and a latte, bro.
Bro, I was in Tottenham today, yeah?
Yeah.
And I bought a coffee and a chocolate bar. Guess how much it was?
How much?
£6.90.
Wow, see? That's insane, bro.
But, you know, it is what it is. It's happened now. I think the most important thing is what can be done with the outlet now. So I'm even thinking of writing to the council myself, man, and kind of complain about this. Not like that will do anything.
Bro,
but
I think that if more people done that, hopefully that it could have some sort of impact, because the worst thing that can happen, which I hope doesn't happen, is that this just all gets knocked down and they just
flats.
Yeah, because they keep doing that in London now, and it's like there's no point in just building a bunch of houses and there's nothing there. Like, it don't make sense.
And the houses are like 750 grand for a 1-bedroom flat.
Exactly.